After I made my last Undead Unluck video, I decided to put the show on the back burner a little bit, right? Like, I didn't give it a full drop, okay? Like, I didn't give it the blue lock treatment or nothing, but I'm not gonna lie, I most definitely was not watching that shit either. Like, after Andy and Fuko had gotten that pink hair yandere unchanged chick about the mix, like back when they were in Russia or whatever, after that arc I kind of took a step back and I was like, alright, I enjoy the show, I like the premise, I see where this is going, and like, it's cool, but I'm gonna have to wrap this show up in tinfoil like a Thanksgiving plate and put it in the fridge for later, because you know what I'm saying, there's just other shows that I want to cover right now. At the time, the other shows in question were mainly Invincible, which I'm gonna make another video on that junk soon, but essentially Invincible kind of bumped Undead Unluck down on my totem pole of priorities because I don't know, bro, I just assumed for the most part I had seen all of what Undead Unluck had to offer. Like some anime, bro, and I don't know if y'all can relate to this sentiment, but there's some anime out there, bro, where I feel like once you get the basic premise, you kinda sorta get the entire show in a way. Like 𝙏𝙖 Family, bro, once you get tapped into like the whole family dynamic with like the two parents not knowing about each other's double lives, and then the psychic daughter that kinda plays both sides and yada yada yada, once you get tapped into that whole dynamic and like each character's individual role within the show, it kinda gets to a point where like every plot point kinda just feels like a modified version of the last. And then me as a viewer, I'm sitting here watching like, yo, how many times are we gonna see Anya do some cute shit or see your struggle to blend in with civilians? You see what I'm saying, bro? It's like they set up this massive end goal for the show, that being obviously Lloyd's mission, and then the romance between your hold on, bro. Bro, am I doing a whole 𝙏𝙗 Family review within my Undead Unluck video? Of course, bro. Yeah, nah, bro. Run my shit back, bro. Let me get back on topic. I brought up all that 𝙏𝙗 Family stuff up to say that I expected Undead Unluck to sort of go down that same road of just reiterating itself over and over again. Like, I got Fuko's character, I got Andy's character, I got how their respective abilities kind of interacted with one another, and yeah, I kind of thought the show was basically just going to be them hunting down or being on the run from various negators in a similar manner to how they did with the yandere, just with, I don't know, ever increasing stakes and levels of insanity, I suppose. Now, low-key, bro, as I'm writing this and like saying this out loud, I'm starting to realize that I don't know if I can actually say this show has exceeded my expectations in that regard. Like, at a base level, the show is still about negators hunting negators, which, let's be real, bro, we all kind of expected. But bro, the level of just creative tweakery that has gone into the writing of this show, it just has me enthralled, bro. Like, it deadass had me binging 4 consecutive episodes of this shit in one night, which is crazy numbers for me, by the way. Like, I'm not a binger, bro. I like to take my time with my shit. You know, y'all probably know this by now, but nah, bro. 4 straight episodes is low-key all-time numbers for me, bro. Like, Undead Unluck genuinely has me behaving outside my ways, bro, and like, I don't know, bro. I'm just really enjoying the show. And so now we have this video. In this video, I don't want to spend as much time on like, I don't know, the plot specific elements of the show per se, because like, ironically enough, bro, the plot is the last thing I'm worried about when it comes to this series. Like, real shit, bro, I am not watching this shit for the plot, bro, and I mean that in so many different ways right now. The plot is cool, okay, like it gets the job done, but honestly, bro, at least for me and like my personal viewing experience, the plot so far just feels like a vehicle to bounce from one cool concept to another, which is cool, right? Like, not every show needs to be fucking Vinland Saga with the plot, bro. I'm more than happy just seeing cool characters and cool scenarios doing cool shit. And so yeah, I think that's how I'm going to structure the yap of this particular video. Let's focus on, you know, the actual narrative of the series itself, and more so just, I guess, highlighting the aspects of the show that made me go, damn, that's tough. Okay, so the Union is essentially like the main group of allies in the series, kind of like the heroes, so to speak. Kinda. Honestly, bro, I hesitate to call them heroes or even allies in the context of the show because, I mean, simply put, bro, these niggas are not to be trusted. Most of the members of the Union seem kind of morally dubious at best, and like, I think it's implied that a lot of them really only do good, quote unquote, so that they keep their spot on the team. The Union is made up of 10 different negators, right? All of them sort of working in tandem with one another on missions, and one of the main things they do is go around the world bodying the negators who cause trouble. However, if at any point a Union negator is killed by a non-Union negator, the non-Union negator gets to basically usurp their spot and join the Union. Hence, Fuko and Andy and them joining because they were able to kill the 2 negators that were sent to come after them. The only way to really live as a negator without constantly being hunted by the Union is to be a member of the Union yourself, and so yeah, you can kind of see why niggas would want to join the union even if they weren't really down with the cause, so to speak. All in all, I think the union is a pretty basic concept, right? But it works well for the show because, at least so far, the union is the primary method through which we as an audience get to interact with negators. The show even made like this cute little like meta guessing game where they'll like blank out the powers of each union member so that you kind of have to like guess their abilities using context clues. Yeah, bro, I don't know. I'm definitely not providing this show with the brain cells necessary to figure out each negator's ability, but regardless, bro, it's still a cute little detail they added, in my opinion. Alright, so now we're getting into the lore of Undead Unluck, and let me just start right here with giving the show its flowers. For how unseriously the show seems to be taking itself so far, the lore of the show is surprisingly interesting and layered when you really get into it. Undead Unluck seems to have its own sort of mythos based loosely on Christianity, right? Like, it doesn't play too heavily into the Christian lore, like there's no confirmed Jesus or anything in this joint, but I mean, like, on the flip side, we do got my nigga Shin, and like, if you ask me, that's even better than Jesus. It's like, nah, bro, let me chill out, bro. Let me not get myself sent to hell over a damn YouTube video, bro. Like, my fault, God, bro. I was trolling, bro. Nah, bro. Here come the niggas in my comments telling me not to use God's name in vain. But anyway, bro, as a Christian who grew up Christian and like, you know, always had the Bible and its stories around me and many aspects of my life, it's interesting to see the concepts from the Bible borrowed in like a non-biblical way. You know what I'm saying? Like being used to tell a secular story about an anime girl with big unluck. So like, for example, one of the main antagonist sort of things in this show is like the literal book of Revelation, just with like, I don't know, a creepy face and shit. Yeah, his name's Apocalypse. There's actually like this whole in-depth lore dump they do in one of the episodes where they kind of explain it all, so you know what, shit, I'll go over it a little bit, I guess, only because I think it's cool. As basically, okay, in the Undead Unluck universe, God maintains power over the world via rules. Rules are essentially like the immutable characteristics of nature that we all live by. So like, for example, okay, every living thing must die. That is a rule. Everything that catches on fire must burn. That's another rule. Every nigga watching this video must hit the like button and says, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm getting at here, right? Rules are the method in which God controls this universe, and more importantly than that, at least, you know, in the context of this series, rules are also the main source of conflict for the union that we just talked about. All right, now we're gonna go another layer deeper into the lore. Basically, the abilities that negators have are just the results of them being random exceptions to this rule, or at least being able to negate these rules. So like, you know how I brought up the rule about death a few seconds ago? Well, Andy, who has the undead ability, is the exception to the death rule. That's how he, you know, doesn't die. Along with negators also exist 𝙏𝙧𝙡, which are essentially like embodiments of the very rules that God set. So like, for example, the first main villain of the show so far was a 𝙏𝙧𝙡 named Spoil, and I'm not gonna get into that whole arc, bro. It was a lot. Zombies and weddings and the fucking Monkey Kings, bro. The show is crazy, bro, but Spoil essentially embodied the fact that everything in the universe will eventually spoil. Again, it's a lot to get into. I'm gonna take a step back on all that for now, just so, you know, we can keep it pushing. But that's just, I guess, sort of a cursory overview of the lore, so to speak. I don't know, bro. I'm just kind of waffling now. Like, I wanted to dedicate some of this video to talking about Victor, but nah. I'm kind of tired of writing, and then like, plus it's finals week, so deadass wish me luck on my finals, bro. But yeah, I got mad work to do, you know what I'm saying? So maybe later, but for now, bro, peace.